Hey, what's going on, guys? JetXC here, and it looks like we've got some maintenance information here for May 22nd. Tomorrow, there will be maintenance for browndust 2 and the Mushoku Tensei Season 2 collab. And we've got Rudy's teacher, Roxy, respected Master Roxy costume that will be the first thing implemented for the collab. So, if you see my last video, please check it out. Appreciate you guys for showing love on that video. Definitely one of my most viewed videos on this channel. So again, check it out. I give you a breakdown of the collab and my reaction to the Mushoku Tensei collab as well. So please check that out. I'll have a link at the end of the video that you'll be able to click. But yeah, so Roxy's going to be first to come out. And then after Roxy, obviously, it'll be Eris a couple weeks later. But for this week, after the maintenance, we'll have Roxy's very own seasonal event and whatnot. But what's even more important is we got Roxy's skill set. And this is pretty interesting, guys, I gotta say. So let's check out Roxy's skill and let's see if this limited time unit... Now, the base unit you can get for free. So this costume you'll automatically be able to get for free. So either way, you'll be able to get it. However, I believe you'll have to get it to +5 yourself, but you'll be able to get a free copy regardless. So let's talk about it. Is this costume worth it for Roxy? Now, we have her range, which is a huge range. This essentially covers almost the entire field here, right? So imagine if you're in PvP, you're hitting just about everybody almost, right? Only people that are in like the corner maybe, but it's a huge range. Now, SP skill already at +7. Crazy. That's not worth it at all. But at +1, it's 6. Now, 6 is the highest SP skill we've had. I believe the only other person in my head is Neon Angelica, but you can reduce her skill by skill potential. But anyway, 7's high. So no matter what, you want to get this to +1. But let's talk about it. Deals magic damage to enemies equal to 140% of magic attack. Deals magic damage equal to 300% of magic attack to the main target. So very interesting stuff here, and I actually want to bring up... I'm actually going to bring up the browndust 2 here because I want to do a comparison to low end. So while that loads in the background, I will automatically say that... hang on, guys, give me 1 second. Have this in the background. I'll have that loading on the side. So I will say, just based off of this, with this huge range and the amount of damage that it's doing, especially to the main target. So let me explain that real quick. So you're going to, whoever's within this range is going to get hit, and whoever's in that middle column there is going to receive that 300% magic damage. So this is going to work for certain field bosses for sure. Mostly Fiend event, probably some instances of a boss at the end of a browndust 2 story pack, because usually at the end of a story pack you go up against a certain boss and they're the only ones on the field, so I'm sure it'll work in that way as well. But okay, that's really what that means when it says main target enemy. So let's do a comparison here of low end. So for Lowen, as you can see, she's 3x3 and she deals magic damage based off of 750 magic attack, which is a lot. And I have her +5 here, guys. So she does a lot of damage. I've tested her out and I have her at 576 crit damage. So she does a ton of damage. Still not quite there yet in what I want her to be, but she's very powerful. So for her to even, for Roxy to even come close to that damage, so she does 300% magic damage, and then if you get her to +5, it's 450, and then 350 for the AoE. So 350 for the AoE, and then 450% for the main target enemy. Plus, if you level up her potential, the main target enemy goes up by 75% twice. So, I mean, heck, let's do the math. Let me bust out the calculator real quick. So we're doing... So again, we have Lowen doing an AoE 3x3 for 750 magic damage. The main target in that circle is going to be hit for 600% magic damage based off of magic attack. And then the AoE is doing 350%, which is really good. I'm going to be honest, guys. This is going to be a costume to where you're going to have to really watch your SP skill, but because the range is so big, I would say do your best to get this to +5. I really do mean that. If you're saving for summer and the anniversary, I could completely understand. No problem. It really doesn't matter to me. But for those that are wanting to pull on this event, this is definitely the first costume you want to get to +5 for sure. Easily. The amount of damage it'll do to the main target and just the AoE in general, it will be such a useful costume, and the magic damage will be incredible. So my honest reaction to this, +5 if you're going to go for it. If you're really low on funds, okay, fine, get her to +1 at least so you can get that 6 SP skill, right? But again, for everybody else, +5. Now, let's move on because we've got her design here for Emerging Desire Roxy. So this is her. This costume isn't in the anime. This is an original browndust 2 idea, and they have this design for Roxy. She looks really good here. Roxy being the teacher, this kind of, in a way, it kind of fits her, sort of, kind of, but it's good overall, right? And I think a lot of browndust 2 fans will appreciate this costume. Now, let's talk about if this costume is worth it. So, Emerging Desire Roxy. 2 SP skill, so that's good. So skill point is low. Attacks, and here's the range. So the range is looks like it's 2 squares here going forward. Attacks the enemy 3 times, dealing magic damage equal to 30% of magic attack with each attack. So you attack 3 times, dealing 30% magic damage, which isn't too much. That's not a lot. Additionally, applies a silence effect to enemies for 2 turns. Now, I'm gonna be honest. Whenever I hear whenever I hear a silence effect, I automatically think PvP. Not just that, but certain enemies that you're going up against, maybe in Evil Castle or any of the towers that you're doing in general, this silence effect comes in handy. The only other silence user I know is Lucrezia, and she's sort of a battery user. She gives you SP skill points, so having another silent user is actually pretty cool. Now, I will say, I think you want to stop at +1 for this, just because the rate, even if you get her to +5, 58% of magic attack, I mean, I don't know, man. I don't think it's really worth it to do 58% of your magic attack 3 times. It really just isn't worth it. Like, if you're really trying to be smart, just get her +1. Right, because if you go +2, it's a 7% increase from 30%. If you go +3, it's a 14% increase, which isn't worth it still. +4, it's a 21% increase, which is good. That's better. But then even when you go to +4, +5 is an 8 or 7% increase. It's, guys, okay, get her +1. I was doing the math in my head. Just get her to +1. The most important thing is going to be the silence. This skill is not going to be the above and beyond finisher. It's obviously going to be her main costume here, which is the respected Master Roxy, right? So I will say this costume, just by the design alone, get you a copy, but this is a limited skin. So this is different from the other one. The other one you get for free. This is a limited skin that will never come back. Why? Because it's a collab, guys. So I have a feeling we're going to like the skill cutscene for this, so make sure you at least get a copy. And if you can, please get her to +1, guys, please. It's like +1 skills are so crucial in this game, because it leaves you with a lot of opportunity to do different things when you have a +1 user in terms of skill points on your team. So again, get the +1, silences the enemies. That is a great tool. And for those of you that may not know, what silence does is it doesn't allow the enemy to use a skill. And that's very important, especially if you hit the right unit. So my final verdict for this, you want to get both, +5 if you can for Master Roxy. If you don't have the funds for it, then just be okay with the +0 copy that you'll get for free. And then for her alt costume, make sure you get her to +1 if you can. This is a limited costume, so it won't be in the powder shop. So try to get her to +1, please, guys. And here's her skill potential, increase in damage, and then skill. Oh, Skill range is increased 3 spaces up and down. Oh no. Oh yeah, that's worth it. That's worth it. It's a whole line in the middle, essentially. Nah, that's definitely worth it. Okay, yeah. +1 for sure, guys. Alright. That's it for me. So let me know if you've got any questions. I'll be filling you guys in with more information as we go. And hey, we'll see if I'll do a video on some new players that may be getting into browndust 2 for this collab. So let me know if you want that. Later, guys.